This is the plaintiff, Denise Washington. She says the defendant hired her to make 10 dresses for her wedding party, her wedding dress, and the bridezilla still owes her money for all the work she did. She's sorry the defendant's wedding was canceled on her wedding day because her fiancé was still actually married to someone else, but that's not her problem. She's suing for $1,010, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Mia Goldsboro. She says she didn't pay the plaintiff the balance of her bill because she didn't deliver the dresses on time. That's right. She showed up so late they missed out on using their limo rental. The photographer couldn't get the photos of her bridal party, and the plaintiff's wholly responsible for this loss. It's a mistake for the plaintiff to sue today because if anyone's owed money, it certainly isn't her. She's accused of stiffing a seamstress. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,500 for loss of limo and photographer services.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff made dresses for the defendant's wedding. The defendant says the dresses arrived so late that she missed her entire wedding. But the plaintiff is saying the defendant missed the wedding because her fiancé was still married. It's the case of saying no to the dress.
Thank you, Douglas. Denise Washington.
Yes.
You are
Hello,
suing
Judge.
your client, Mia Goldsboro,
Yes. Yes.
for $1,010. The balance of the bridal dresses,
Yes.
plus gas and tolls. Okay. Did you have some kind of contract that entitled you to gas and tolls?
No, I didn't have a contract.
But you're mad, so you want that too? Okay. What happened?
No. Well, Yana, I met Ms. Goldsberg through one of my other customers, and she was a pretty good customer. She's a good friend of mine of the family. And I trusted her that Ms. Goldberg would be, you know, a good person and responsible. So I didn't really give her a contract because that's what I do. She's
No, that's
like,
silly. That's, you know.
I know, Your Honor.
I know. In fact,
know.
if my brother and I were going to do business, we have a contract.
I know.
Because that's the last guy I want to lose, you
That's
know,
my
with
fault,
misunderstandings.
But,
you know?
yeah.
So in any event, you have an agreement, and I don't think that there's dispute about what the total amount was or anything else. You agreed that there's $895 balance. You don't want to pay it because you feel she breached the contract.
It's a $750 balance.
Okay. So how much do you say you paid?
Here's the receipts.
Okay. And those receipts, and how much was the total contract for?
The total contract for my dress, my two dresses, my mom's dress,
Because
my
you had
two daughters.
the wedding dress plus a reception dress?
Yes, I had a wedding dress, a reception dress, my mom's dress, my two daughters' dresses, my stepdaughter's dress, my granddaughter's dress.
So my understanding from looking at the receipts is that the dresses you were responsible for, Ms. Goldsboro, are the wedding dress, the junior bridesmaids dresses, which were your daughter, and your mom's dress that you were going to pay for. Correct, everybody?
Yes.
So even though we don't have a contract, do we all agree that that's $950 plus $200 plus $200, so that's $1,350 that you were
Yes,
responsible for?
that's right.
All right. And as for what you had already paid by the time the wedding came, okay, you had already paid for how much, do you say?
$600.
Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. If the total is $1,350 and you've paid $600, that would leave a balance of $750.
Exactly.
Okay. Here we are. Now, what went wrong? Because you feel you should not have to pay the $750. In fact, you have now filed a counterclaim against her for $3,500 because according to you, the wedding dresses were a disaster. They came late to the wedding day, on the wedding day, and you shouldn't have to pay for that. Talk to me.
Yes.
Things ripped and...
Okay, so what happened was the wedding day, she was supposed to bring the dresses to us. My
On the
maid of
wedding
honor-
day?
Yes.
Why on the wedding day?
Because, well, the dress is supposed to come the day before. But being that we had the dinner rehearsal went over time, it was late. We agreed to her bringing the dresses the wedding day.
Y'all run your railroad differently than I do, because I've got to tell you, and then she gets into a car accident, nobody has a dress, who knows what could go wrong cutting it that close?
No, the week of, they did try on. She came over to my cousin Tasha's house like 3 days before the wedding. And everybody tried on, but there was still stuff that she had to take in on the dresses.
I know, that's really cutting it close,
And-
everybody.
So she said that she was going to have them done and have it fixed for us. So we took it
So
that
it
she was
doesn't
gonna do
happen
it.
on the night of the rehersal dinner.
Exactly.
So on the day of the wedding,
The
what
day
time
of
was she
the-
supposed to have your dresses
The day
in?
of the wedding,
The dresses.
What time was the wedding scheduled for?
3:30.
Okay.
And she did not arrive until 5:30, almost 6 o'clock.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wait, the wedding was scheduled for 3:30?
3:30.
Not she was supposed to be there at 3:30?
No. the
What
wedding
time was she supposed to be there?
She was supposed to have, they called her around 1 o'clock.
What?
And asked her where was she at.
You're not following me. What was your plan? Miss Everything will be all right. What was your plan about when she was supposed to be there? Not,
my
oh,
plan
we called her at 1 and said, where are you? What was your plan?
My plans was she should have been there at 12 o'clock.
Wait, did you
between
tell
11 and
her
12
what
o'clock.
time you wanted her there?
Well, no, we didn't tell her what time we wanted her there.
Hakuna Matata, everybody.
Okay.
Everything's going to be...
Well,
How is it you would not...
She was mostly speaking... Mostly to my cousin. And
Is this your cousin?
Yes.
Come on up.
To my cousin.
Did anybody suggest what time the dresses should be there?
We talked to her Thursday night, like we was sitting eating, so Mia called her. And we all was like, what happened? I thought you were supposed to be here. We were supposed to get
And
the
what did
dresses
she
tonight.
say?
She said that Mia never gave her the address. So I said, but if Mia don't talk, if you can't get in touch with Mia, you normally call me. I didn't get no calls from you. So she was like, oh, what time are we meeting up at Mia's house the next day? So we said the makeup artist had to be there at 11 o'clock. She said she would be there at 11 o'clock.
Okay, so you had a plan with her to be there at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And the wedding is at 3-something.
3:30.
So at 11:30, when she's not there, does someone call her and find out what's going on?
At 12 o'clock, Darlene called her, which is the maid of honor. She was like, and? Darlene was like, and then Darlene hung up with her, and Darlene wanted me to call her back. But I was like, if she told you that, she's going to tell me the same thing. So
wait, why didn't you call her?
I didn't want to get into it with her.
Why not? That's kind of your job. You're her friend. She doesn't need all this stress. By the way, there was a big stressor that day already,
Yes,
right?
it was.
What was
Exactly.
the stressor?
Yes, it
The
was.
stressor was we was running around.
No, I meant about your husband.
Trying to get the marriage license, and we wound up not getting our marriage license
Because
he's still married to his previous wife.
okay, but was that a matter of that his divorce decree had? Or this was a surprise for you that he was still married?
No, it's not a surprise to me.
Right.
I knew
You
he
thought
was.
that the divorce would be entered by then?
Yeah. Okay. So
that happens, and I'm sorry that happened. I'm glad that it wasn't a. I was worried that it would be the opposite, that you just found out the guy was. That's not okay. So
No.
you're happy anyway, and you want to celebrate anyway, and you've got everybody together and a beautiful reception to have. So you go ahead and have the reception.
Exactly.
Has the divorce become final, and have you actually married him?
Well, no, not yet. The divorce ain't final yet, but it's hard way because
You undershot this
the
like
ex,
crazy.
because the ex is giving him a hard way to go.
Exactly. Because there's a factor that we can't control, the ex and the judge. Why weren't you there? They say that you were supposed to be there. You're not there at 3 when the wedding begins, and you get there at 5:45?
No, Your Honor, I did not get there at 5:45.
What time did you get there?
I left my house at 3 o'clock
Why would you leave your house at 3 o'clock if the wedding is at 3:30?
because I was still pressing dresses and because...
Why are you doing that? Your job is to have this stuff ready on time.
Because I was working on all of her stuff.
Yeah, so
the
you were
whole
late.
week.
You shouldn't be
I
pressing
was.
while the wedding was supposed to be happening. Now, you say you got there at what time?
I got there at 4 o'clock, maybe like 10 after 4.
And according to you guys, it's what time?
It was 5:05, 5:45. It was after 5 o'clock.
Okay,
She
either
came
way,
with
it's after
that-
the wedding's supposed to
Yes.
begin. So what happens?
She came with the dress.
Like your
So-
wedding guests, how many guests did you have?
160 people.
And what are they doing all that time? Because my
Just
wedding guests
sitting
would
there
leave.
in the church.
Oh, in the church.
Just sitting there. I was like, we still waiting for the dresses.
All right, so the dresses come and the
when
wedding begins at what time?
When the dresses came, everybody started scrambling around getting dressed. So my daughter, one of my youngest daughters, she put her dress on. The whole dress bust in the back, bust wide open. Nothing could be done. We didn't have no alternative dresses put on her. So what Miss Denise did was ripped off this tulle that was on the front part of the dress, put it on the back part of the dress, and pinned it with big safety pins. At this point, I'm livid and I'm not saying anything because I'm already angry and
I have
upset.
a question. When did you find out that his divorce wasn't final? The day before or at that?
That day.
That day.
That day.
So is the ceremony in the church still happening?
No, we didn't have the ceremony because
Okay.
I decided to go to the church because I didn't want my bishop to tell my guests anything.
Right.
I wanted to be the one to talk to
So
my
when
guests.
you go, do you go in the white dress?
No, I didn't
You didn't wear the white dress.
I wore one of the white dresses. I wore my reception dress.
Okay, so you wear your reception dress, you go to the church, and you stand in front. I gotta hear this. You stand in front of. God bless you. So you stand in front of the church and you explain what happened.
No, we didn't explain everything what happened. We just, told my fiance talked first and just told them that, due to circumstances that, we not gonna have the ceremony today. But
did he explain why?
He didn't explain why. He just said.
You should though.
He didn't explain why.
It sounds like he's dumping you.
But my family knew because I told my family.
Okay.
So. Once he explained whatever, but he was like, I want y'all to still go over to the Villa Barone and enjoy yourselves and have a good time. We paid for that.
Okay. Did you have a good time at the reception at least?
I had a wonderful time at the reception.
Okay. All right, so tell me about what else goes wrong and why you don't want to pay her the balance.
So not only that, my daughter's dress breaks. My other bridesmaids, she was supposed to have straps in the back of her dress. That, I don't know how it was supposed to have been fastened, but she wanted with big safety pins on hers. Not only that happened, my maid of honor's dress, if you look at the pictures that I sent, one of her boob is pressed in. Like the dress was a true malfunction. My stepdaughter's dress, her dress, if you look at the pictures, her dress was crooked. But when I was on a party bus, as soon as I sat up, from sitting down, I got up, my dress said, "Rrr." I turned and looked at my fiance, he said, I said, don't tell me. He was like, your butt is all out.
Oh my
I said, you are kidding me. So my major D for the wedding came out, and I was like, I got to hurry and get downstairs. He was like, I said, my dress is ripped. So he was like, call a dressmaker. Hurry and call a dressmaker. Her dress got to get fixed. I'm like, this is the worst day. If anything else can go wrong, it's going wrong right now. And this is the worst day of my life.
Were you crying or you? That's not you?
Yeah, I started crying because this is not what I intended. This is not what I planned. This is not what Miss Denise was supposed to do. I'm standing in the restroom butt naked with my bra and panties on for her to fix my dress. And that's not fair to me.
Okay, did she come back?
Yeah, she came back.
And then how did she fix that dress?
I had to take my dress off and she hand sewed it. I can show you the dress.
Does it make sense to have the dresses delivered the day of the wedding?
I'm wondering what else is going on wrong with this wedding with all this screwed up.
Does it make sense?
Not at all. You have to be able to try on your dresses to make sure they fit.
Absolutely. Going inside the courtroom.
She has explained numerous problems. Can you please respond to all of the issues
Yes, I
that
am
she
going to
just said?
respond to all of the issues because when I put the dress on Miss Goldberg, her dress was not ripped. When they
Yeah, I know, that wasn't her complaint that it was ripped and you put it on. What her complaint was is that it ripped that night. So why would a dress that you charge this kind of money for
I don't know what she
rip?
did while they were on that party dress for that dress to rip, but when I put that dress on Miss Mia at the church before they got
But
to
you
the
would
church,
agree that a
when she
well-sewn dress
left-
shouldn't rip, right?
Exactly. I've never
Show
had
me
that
the
problem
problems.
before, and I just
So
I
it was
didn't
the
just
first
start
time. Maybe
sewing.
this one was a little rushed.
Yes. No, it
Yeah.
wasn't rushed.
So maybe
No,
it wasn't perfect
wasn't.
if you're pressing
Your
during the
Honor,
wedding time.
Can I say this? I was working on this girl's dresses for months.
Yeah, it's
For
a wonder
months.
you didn't get them
Right.
ready in time. All
I
right,
think,
which
Your
dress
Because
is
I had
this
to
one?
keep going back and forth to their house.
This is the reception dress. Mm-hmm. And like I said, she had good intentions. This was a good idea. She put the hood on, but look how she did the hood. Look at the hood. Look at the hood. It's how it was attached.
Why is it with
Safety pins.
Safety pins.
Because she was supposed to take it off. She wasn't
Yes, I
gonna
know,
keep
but that's
it
why
on.
you put. There's other things besides safety pins that'll let you
But
take
look
it
at
off.
the back of the dress where it ripped at. Look. You can look. This is my daughter's
This
dress.
was the dress where your booty was out?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my daughter's dress. Look. The whole thing bust wide open.
Oh, the actual zipper.
Yeah.
Yes, the actual
this is-
zipper bust when I zipped it up.
But Your
Somebody
Honor,
else was zipping
this
it up
dress
before
right-
me.
This is
Then
right-
get there on time so you can do
I
everything.
should have.
right here is-
I'm not going to say
This
that
is
I
supposed
wasn't
to be
late.
the wedding dress.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you everything that went wrong with this wedding dress.
But wait, you haven't even used your wedding dress yet.
Nope. And let me tell you, look, the beads, all the beads is coming off. I never even wore it. Look at the beads. These beads are 3 different beads. 1, 2, 3 different beads.
Jana, she's not telling the truth.
I need you to not talk.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just saying, Your Honor,
No,
if there
I
was
don't need
a
you
wedding
to cry. I
reception.
don't need you to say anything else. I'm ready to rule. I just want to say one thing. I hope you have fun at the reception.
I did.
I hope he's a great man.
Wonderful.
I hope he's worth waiting for.
Sure is.
And I hope the judge grants the divorce in this century. Soon.
Yes.
Okay. I think that when you guys meet each other and you hire her, everyone, including Ms. Washington, has nothing but the best intentions to create a
Exactly.
beautiful, wonderful, happy day. It is not how it worked out. The main culprit for why it is not how it worked out is the fact that you could not provide all these products in a timely manner. In all of the wedding cases I've ever presided over, and trust me, you are not my first rodeo, I have never seen it be this last minute is not even the right term. I have never seen it be an admitted 45 minutes and you say an hour and something after. I've never heard of such a thing, that a seamstress would show up an hour and something later after a wedding's supposed to begin. I'm appalled by it. So no, I'm not gonna order her to pay back to pay the remaining $750 balance. I'm not. And frankly, I kind of think she's entitled to something else on top of it on her counterclaim, but not $3,500. I'm allowing you to keep the $750 and I'm ordering her, you don't have to pay them to her, and I find that you don't because of all the damages that you suffer. Plus, I'm gonna order her to pay you another $250 so that what you get is $1,000 for all of the heartache that you had to endure during the wedding. Understand that the heartache your husband caused, or the judge or his ex-wife caused, has nothing to do with this case. That's all your heartache, okay? But the dress heartache does. So I am on the plaintiff's claim against you, I am ruling in your favor, and on your claim against the plaintiff, I'm going to order her to pay you an additional $250. All right, good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, it's the defendant who prevails in this case, the plaintiff, Ms. Washington. You know, I just got to ask you, what do you think about what the judge said? She really laid the whole thing on you.
That's
It was your
fine.
fault because the dresses
No,
were
it
late.
wasn't my fault, and
They
I'm
were
still
late.
not going to claim that. Even though I was late, I'm not going to claim that because as soon as I walked in the door, you know what she told me? Oh, I'm not going to wear the dress because we're not going to get married. My husband is not divorced.
Well, sorry about that. They did have the party.
That's
You
not
lost.
my fault.
It didn't.
That's okay.
No,
That's
you know,
fine.
Okay.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But I know in my heart, I won because I did a good job for that woman, and she did not tell the truth.
Certainly doesn't look like it. Doesn't
didn't
look
tell
like
the
it.
truth.
Well, let's see. I must say, the evidence does not indicate you did a good job. Here comes Miss Goldsboro. Well, I don't think you'll be using her again.
Never.
We didn't hear how the party was. Was it a good party?
It was wonderful. I had 2 entertainers, Will tracks, nice and smooth. We had a wonderful time at my reception.
In spite of all the problems,
In
it was
spite
still
of
a
all
good
the
party.
problem, it was wonderful.
I've never heard of a wedding reception party going on with no wedding performed. You know, that's kind
Yeah,
of rare,
exactly.
isn't it?
But we paid for it. We came
Yeah.
out our pockets, so I had no choice but to have that reception.
Well, look, I hope you get married soon, like the judge said, and it works out fine, okay?
Yes.
Thank you. You did prevail.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank
okay?
you.
You're very welcome. All right. Thank you. Wow, Harvey.
Okay, 2 things. 1, don't have them delivered the day of the wedding. 2, write the words "time is of the essence" in the contract.